Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you've been well. This is going to be a flashlight video. Some of you love those, some of you hate them. It is what it is. This one's going to be all about Olights because they're having a massive sale tomorrow. And what happens whenever they have a massive sale is I'll get blown up by emails, people asking me, should I get this light for this? Which of these two lights should I get? What are the applications for this light? So I figured I would just make a video that kind of helps to cover that, I guess. A little bit of backstory. I'll put down here when I actually dive into the flashlights, I'll put it down here. So if you want to skip ahead, feel free to. So I've been using Olights for a number of years, probably 4 or 5 years, since before I was doing like YouTube reviews and stuff. Back when, I just bought them. I was a fan of Olights way back then. Now I have a relationship with Olight, just like I have a relationship with Surefire and Streamlight and a bunch of other companies. I have relationships with all the main flashlight manufacturers, which means I get sent a ton of flashlights. So most of the lights you see in this video were sent to me by Olight. Full disclosure, just like most of the Surefires were sent to me and most of the Streamlights were sent to me. I just get sent all the lights. I only say that because this is my main jam, the Olight S2R Baton 2. This has been in my EDC rotation for a while. Before that was the Olight S1R Baton. And Olight doesn't pay me to use their lights. I can use any lights I want. And I like Olights just because of that. I've been carrying the PL Mini on my carry gun since it came out. Olight doesn't pay me to do that. I can use any weapon light I want, and I use that one. So that's just to say I'm not making this video because Olight pays me a bunch of money to use all their gear. I'm more making it just to answer a bunch of questions that I get emailed about. Having said that, again though, I will have an affiliate link in the video description to their sale. I do have a coupon code over there, LLOD at olightstore.com. Those 4 letters will save you like 10% off, I think. Anyway, I'm just saying that because as a YouTube guy, as a gear reviewer, content creator, whatever you want to call me, YouTube doesn't pay me a lot of money. So most of my money is made through affiliate links. So in full disclosure, I do really appreciate you using those links because I get a percentage of the sale. So if you are going to buy some Olights, use my link. If you're not, then whatever, that's cool. Just watch the video. If you really do not want to help creators create income basically for free videos, then you can just Google Olight store and go that route and you'll get the same deals. But if you do buy something, I definitely appreciate you coming back, clicking my links. If you hate me and you really like some other gear reviewer, then click their link so that way they get a commission. In any case, that's just kind of a little spiel for YouTube people to make some money because that's the main way. Okay, so we have a bunch of flashlights on the table. I'm going to be talking about some of their new limited edition lights and some of the ones that are on the main sale and just kind of showing how they work. This isn't going to be a deep dive. This is not going to be a deep review. I'm just going to be covering a lot of lights. So I'm going to kind of try to breeze through it, but I'm sure this video will be pretty long. I have a lot of experience with Olights, using them in my personal everyday, using some of these other ones as like my truck lights, using some of these other ones as like my camping flashlights. And like I mentioned earlier, I have a lot of experience with a lot of other lights. So if you have questions on the flashlights, feel free to comment them down below. I'll try to get to them all. I'm gonna be out of town probably for a little while after I upload this video, but I'll check in. I'll try to answer questions as soon as possible because these sales are time sensitive. Anyway, having said all of that, thanks for listening. Let's go ahead and get into the lights. This isn't going to be a detailed review on any specific light, rather a kind of show and tell in comparison of feature sets and just kind of an introduction to the various Olights you can expect. I have one here still in the package so I can kind of show you the Olight packaging, and then we'll kind of briefly cover the lights that are going to be on the biggest sale tomorrow if you're watching this right when this is released, but all of the lights, basically all the lights you see here are going to be at least 20% off, and they're all going to get you a free, this light, i3E, and I'll get into that a little more in a second. So since we have this one in the package right now, I'll go ahead and unpackage it. I already opened this, so it won't be quite how you get it, but it'll give you an idea of what you can expect. This is the Seeker 2 Pro in the limited edition FDE or Desert Tan color, max 3200 lumens, and it's a really cool light. So a lot of times the boxes will have this like little magnetic thing here, flip it open. Packaging is really nice from the Olights. It'll kind of have a quick start guide to get you going. They'll usually have a little film that you'll have to unscrew the cap, take this little yellow film out, because that's just preventing the battery from discharging while it's in the package. But that'll be explained to you here, kind of gives you a rundown on how everything works. So in here, this one specifically comes with a holster. A lot of the Olights come with a little sheath or a holster, so for your holster guys out there, they're pretty nice. I don't ever use them. I usually just toss them, but if you're into that kind of thing, they do come with them. Then they'll have your accessories. This one has a little kind of dock mount that we'll get into here in a second. So you pull this out, and then it has a nice latch here. It has a variety of ways you can attach it. Has this little D-ring, you can hang it. So pretty nice sheath. Again, I don't really use this, so I usually just toss them. Here it is. So this is the limited edition color. You can see the kind of, these are rubberized, finger grooves are still black. Nice little kind of contrasting accent. Anyway, that's the light. Has your typical Olight blue ring here, and it'll have your side switch activation and mode selector. It is a magnetic tail cap, so let's go ahead and get this part out. So come with some various little bits and accessories, but this is the charger. So this will have a replaceable battery, but any of these magnetic charging ones, you don't need to replace the battery, you can just charge it. So this will have this little tail part here, magnet right on there. So that's how you charge it. This little guy will glow red when it's charging, and then it'll be green once it's done charging. Cool, so there's that. And then the other kind of accessory that comes in this is this little guy, which is kind of like a dock. It comes with some screws and some drywall anchors. I took those out already. So this will be 3M backed as well. So this is kind of designed to stick on the wall here. It has a magnet on the bottom. So then your light will come in here and boop, just like that. So if you have this on a wall or something, you basically stick this to a wall, and then this will be up and hanging, essentially, ready for activation. This in and of itself can just be a mount, but really what it's designed to, you can see these little points on top, is integrates with the charger. So this will charge basically through the dock into this. So this will work with your Seeker 2 Pro, but also if you want to charge your S2 or S1R Baton, or maybe your new OD Green Warrior X off of this, you can charge anything, and just kind of a cool way to hold the light and kind of keep it ready for action. So if you have this in a wardrobe or by your EDC dump tray or something like that, cool little mount. Again, doesn't come with all the lights, but it does come with this Seeker. So that's this. It has a maximum of 3200 lumens, and we'll just kind of get into the features a little bit. This one is special, has these little LEDs around the bezel or the ring basically of the switch. It'll show you the battery status as well as the like output level. Let's go ahead and turn it on and see if you can see those lights. I think you can see them. They're just like really relatively faint green LED lights showing you the status of the battery. So I'm at 2 out of 4, so I'm about 50% charge. And then as you cycle through the different brightness settings, it'll change the brightness LED level on there as well. So these little LEDs around here, let's see if you can see it. So you see it's on the low one now. As I cycle through, you see those green lights go up. I think you do. Okay, so this works like a lot of the other side switch activated Olights, where it has a memory, so it'll return to whichever mode you had it on last. From off, you can also long press it, and that'll take you into Moonlight or Firefly mode, which is basically the lowest output and the longest battery life it'll have. So it's lower than the standard low mode. This is really nice when you're out camping or just in the middle of the night and you just need just enough light to see what you're doing without blinding yourself. You can just go right to it. So you don't have to go to high and then cycle back to low to get to it. I use it all the time because a lot of times you don't need much light just for administrative tasks in the middle of the night. But when you click it, it'll come to your previous mode unless it's one of the specialty modes. And when you cycle through, there's basically low, medium, high, as you can see. So if you stop it on medium, turn it off, it'll come back to medium. From off, you can double click and get into basically your turbo mode, your highest output mode, or when it's off, you can triple click and get into strobe mode. These specialty modes, when you turn it back on, it's not going to return to your specialty mode. It's going to return back to your previous normal mode, essentially. So that's kind of how this one works. Again, similar to other Olights with the side switch if you used them before. Anyways, this baby is on sale during the sale, and you're going to want to snatch it. Looks really good. The color is really nice, actually. So they have a few things in this desert tan, and they're all a little bit different. I kind of like that, honestly. I like the little bit of variance, but if you're looking for things that will match 100%, chances are there will be some slight variations depending on your flashlight model for this desert tan color. The Seeker 2 Pro in desert tan. So the main sale item they're gonna have here is the PL Mini 2. So I've already done a whole video on this light. I'll link it in the card up here, but it's a nice weapon light. It kind of shines because it slides back and forth, so it can adjust to different size firearms, or if you have long fingers and you want to push it up more, or you have short fingers and you want to push it back more. That's kind of its claim to fame. Same great controls as the original PL Mini 1, where you can tap it and that'll go to your constant on, or if you need momentary, you can hold it, and then as soon as you let go, it'll turn off. It is ambidextrous basically, so same switch controls on either side. I've been using the PL Mini 1 for a while. So this is the one, this is the limited edition FDE. So tap it on, same controls. I still really like this light. It's 400 lumens. I've been using it. This was actually the original holster I made. This was like the final prototype. I was the first holster maker that I know of, or anybody knows of to my knowledge, that integrated the charging channel into the holster. So that means this is a rechargeable light. You can charge it while it's holstered. So that's really nice. You don't have to take it out of the holster. So you can lay it wherever on your nightstand and charge it overnight and just be ready to go in the morning. I do sell holsters for the PL Mini 1. LLOD.US, that's my holster company that I own and operate. But I do also sell holsters for the 2. So the 2 will pop on. This is a Glock 19. Don't worry, it was cleared beforehand. So this is it. You can have it kind of forward to where it's more flush here if you have really long fingers and want to reach it, but you can also pop it back. This prevents kind of a little bit of challenge for holster makers, but I have kind of got around that to where I allow some flexibility. So this is a PL Mini 2 holster for Glocks. Same deal where you can charge it in the holster. So pull it right off when you're done or charge it when it's in there. Really nice. The thing that's kind of special, again, I think I was probably the first to do this, is you can see that the light is back. You can move it 1 click forward, or you can move it 2 clicks forward to where it's flush here. Click it down. Same holster, no adjustment on the holster. Still works like that. Still chargeable, good to go. Anyway, again, this isn't really a holster ad or anything like that, but if you're looking for a holster for the PL Mini 2, because there's not a ton of them out there, I do make and sell them. So this guy, 600 lumens, this is the Desert Tan, they have it in black as well. Great little weapon light that's very versatile. This one is on sale, I believe it's 30% off of 1 or 40% off of 2. So if you're in the market for 2 of them, that's gonna be your biggest savings. Then we have the big brother, which is the PL Pro, which does also come in 2 colors again. This is way more lumens. I believe it's 1500. So a bigger light still works on your pistols, but it is pretty streamlined. So if you want to use it at like 12 o'clock or something on a rifle, you can. Same deal with the intuitive controls, tap it for constant on or long press it for momentary. This does also work with their magnetic system. This isn't the one you would use, but I just have it in front of me and they're all kind of interchangeable. So it will have a pressure pad if you want to use that, and this will control the light. And same deal, tap it for constant on or long press it for momentary. The cool thing about this is this will work also on your Warrior X. This will work on your Javelot. This will work on your M2R. So very versatile tail switch, which will bring me to the other new release, probably my favorite one that's out right now. Obviously because it is this OD color, it's an anodized aluminum olive drab, ranger green, whatever you want to call it color. And I think they nailed it. I think they did a really good job on the color of this light. This does come, you can get it with an optional tail switch. This isn't the one you're gonna get. They send me all these lights out, obviously. This was one they sent with a different kind of tail switch. This isn't what you're gonna get. It's not gonna be a curly, stretchy switch like this one. It's just gonna be a straight wire, but it is gonna be in this olive green color. So anyway, again, this is a remote switch if you don't feel like using the tail switch. So what is the Warrior X? This is a 2000 lumen light, and it's a cool light because it has no side switch here, so it's kind of more of just a tactical application light. It does have a pocket clip attached. You can change out this kind of whatever you want to call it shaped ring that'll allow it to not roll on a table, with a smooth ring that, you know, is a little bit rubberized and will maybe give you a little better feel. This light has an interesting tail switch. You can push it down part of the way and you get to low mode, quote unquote low mode, which is 300 lumens. You push it down all the way and you get into high mode, 2000 lumens. What's neat is that you can tap it halfway for the low mode, and so that's constant on with the low mode, or you can tap it on for the high mode, obviously, but you can also use it momentary. So you can hold it for the high, and then once you let go, it comes off, or you can hold it for the low, and then once you let off, it turns off. It's a little bit, I wouldn't say finicky, but it requires very skilled control to use the low mode, which isn't a big deal. Being a tactical light, you typically want to go full blast. But if for some reason you need extra battery life or you need some administrative tasks that you don't want 2000 lumens for, at that time you will have a little more motor control. You will be able to think about it a little more, and then you can activate the low 300 lumen mode. Same deal with this guy, clicky tail cap. This is magnetic. It will hold itself up, but barely. So if you stick it to the side of a vehicle, depending on how smooth that finish is, it may want to slide down until it hits something that'll keep it from sliding. So it does have a magnetic tail cap, but it's not going to be as powerful due to it just being a much heavier light than something like your S2R or your S1R, which this can stick to the side of a car all day and not slide anywhere. This one will do it, but it will slide a little bit. Anyway, this is probably my favorite light of the lights that are out for this sale. Obviously, OD green is awesome. I'm not sure that they're gonna release any other lights in this color, but this one looks very nice, and I would grab it if you're in the market for it. This is a light that I keep in the vehicle, in my truck right now, just kind of as a tactical light or a spotlight or whatever. It throws really well. But if you want to put this on a rifle or something, they do sell it with a little mount as well as the pressure pad remote switch. So versatile light. Again, you can use it as a weapon light, you can use it handheld. It's a little bit big for a pocket. It's kind of Similar, probably a competitor to the Surefire Fury, similar size, similar application. So yeah, the Warrior X, really sweet little light. All of these lights are gonna come with a free little light as well. This is a AAA flashlight and it is tiny. So here's a AAA battery for reference. The AAA battery will weigh more than the flashlight itself. So this is a great keychain light, very simple operation, only has one brightness. You tighten it to turn it on and you loosen it to turn it off. Pretty straightforward. This is a limited edition color. Again, very small. Here it is compared to an S1R baton, but super skinny. While I have you, let's talk about a few other lights. This guy is a beast. This is the X7R Marauder. If you want something that's basically as bright as a light bar for your vehicle, literally, it's this soda can looking flashlight. Same dealio where it has a side switch, so you can actually get to a moonlight mode for this, which lasts like 10 years, not actually that long, but it lasts for like weeks, I believe, in moonlight mode. So this is enough for your administrative tasks. But also you can turn it, I think you double click it again to get into turbo mode, and that goes to a maximum of 12,000 lumens. That's not a typo, 12,000 lumens. And then when you click it on, you can cycle through the various levels as well. Like I kind of talked about earlier, has this little lanyard guy that can come out here and you can put your little lanyard through, or it closes back shut. Charges with a USB-C, which is open right now, or you can close it like that. So that way when it's closed, it's back to being waterproof. When it's open, it's not waterproof. So make sure you close that after you charge it back up. The USB-C is nice because that's what a lot of gadgets are going to, and it allows a faster charge than the older micro USB systems. Kind of has your little finger grooves, they're not rubberized, and that is this crazy light. Has this little sensor over here you can see, so that way if you're in turbo mode and you get too close, it's kind of hard because I have the ISO auto adjusting, but it does dim down when it detects something too close to the light automatically. So this is a beast. This is one of Olight's powerhouses. I think it's their highest lumen light, except for that crazy X9 Marauder, which is giant. Pretty impractical, but an awesome light. I don't have one because it's super expensive. This is another one of their kind of specialty lights. People are throwing these on weapons. I wouldn't, honestly. So this is the Olight. It has a crazy amount of candela. So that means it'll throw. It's like a very powerful spotlight. So if you need to shine a light out to something super far away, this is the light to put it on. So that could be why people are putting them on rifles, because they want to illuminate something at great distance so they can shoot it. But this light is giant. Compare that to like the Warrior X, which is, you know, a pretty sizable light in its own. And you got this massive thing. Here's the i3E for size comparison, or my daily driver, the S2R Baton 2. Olight's cool, rechargeable tail cap. That'll go to your bright mode right off the back, which is crazy, but it does have your side switch as well. So if you want to control the different output lights levels with the side switch, you can do that. My personal jam, which you've seen in my EDC videos, I think I've probably done a full video on it as well, is the S2R Baton 2. This has replaced, this is kind of a limited edition S1R baton that was my previous EDC. And I just like this one now because it's better grip in the hand. It's a little bit brighter, has a little longer runtime. So I've been rocking this. This is 20% off as well. This is the Olight I use more than any other Olight. This is on me every single day. I will switch it out for other lights sometimes, depending on if I have like a really tactical application light that I want to use for a certain event or a certain outing or something. But my main kind of just utility admin task light is the S2R Baton 2. Probably my favorite Olight. This is kind of just a staple in my flashlight inventory. This is another cool light that I want to talk about real quick. It's the H1 Nova. This is the H1R Nova, meaning it is rechargeable on the tail like everything else. So this is a headlamp. It goes in this little thing, but also you can take it out. It's just a little rubberized band. You can pull this right out. I'll do it real quick. And then this light does actually come with a little pocket clip that you can put on. The tail cap is like all the others. You hold it down to cycle through. Has a very wide, it's a very floody light. So it doesn't have a ton of Kintel. It's not gonna throw super far. But for a headlamp, it's kind of great. So easy to use, but also I use this in the back of my truck. I stick it on a metal thing and it lights up my bed. You can stick it on anything metal again with the magnetic tail cap. Very nice headlamp and just kind of general purpose light. I use this while I'm camping. I have another one in my EDC bag just as a general utility light. If you need to illuminate something, oops, you can just stick it, turn it on. Obviously, the 90 degree does come in handy for certain applications. Obviously, being in a head strap is one of them. Olight does do a lot of limited edition kind of special runs. This is the copper. Thing to note if you're gonna pick up one of these copper lights is that they are really heavy. This isn't probably something I would wanna carry every day just because it would weigh heavily in my pocket. But something cool, this is another one, the i3T, I believe, which is a copper. You can kind of see it's gotten a nice patina. So the copper comes nice and shiny, but if you use it regularly, your sweat and oils and just getting weathered will kind of give it some cool patina factor. So they have cool lights like this that are kind of a little more special, a little more unique, in addition to just kind of their black ones. These are two lights that are just kind of no nonsense, relatively affordable, kind of tactical application lights. This is the M1T Raider. This is the M1T Raider Plus. Basically the same light, except one is a single CR123 and one is double, a little brighter. They handle the same though. You can click it on for constant, obviously, or press it part of the way for momentary. And it does have a high and a low. It defaults to high, which is good for a tactical light. But if you double tap it, you can get to low mode. So a relatively affordable light, great little knurling and texture on the side. Good little kind of tactical light. All right, hope that went okay. I didn't really have a game plan or a plan of attack for viewing all those lights. I just grabbed a bunch that are my favorites kind of and threw them on the table. So I don't know if it was the best video ever, but hopefully it was. Hopefully it answered a bunch of questions. But again, like I said earlier, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below and I'll try to get to them. Again, affiliate links down below, clicking them and buying stuff really does help support the channel. So if you are a fan of what I do here, I definitely always appreciate it. If you feel like buying something from Amazon, click my Amazon links. If you feel like buying something from whatever, or use my coupon codes, whatever. I don't make money out of all of the links I put, but as often as possible, I do. They are affiliate links. So yeah, full disclosure. Anyways, I really appreciate you watching this video. Sorry for all of like the affiliate talk. I want you guys to know. Because I get a lot of people that actually ask me like, how can we help out? I have a Patreon if you want to go there, but if not, and you're going to buy something, just click the link. And that really helps out a lot. And I really do appreciate it. Anyway, get subscribed to the channel. I do lots of gear reviews, gun stuff, a lot of overlanding, truck type stuff. If you're into any of that stuff, I'm saying stuff a lot. Get subscribed to the channel, hit that notification icon so you can get notified in the case of things like this where there's a big sale coming up. Comment down below, say hey, hit that thumbs up button. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, take care.